A living legend of judo, Ilias Iliadis, Olympic champion, world champion, European champion, winner and medalist of many World Series tournaments, and 5-time Greek champion. One of the most popular athletes in the world, a real motivator of youth, and now the head coach of the Uzbekistan national judo team. Let's start with his first serious achievement on the international arena, the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens. Then there was a very long downtime in the results, and Iliadis did not have his first local at the World Championships or Olympic Games. But in 2010, Ilias Iliadis went to the World Championships in Tokyo. In the capital of Japan and the birthplace of judo, our hero fights in the weight category up to 90 kilograms and enters the final. Against him fought Japanese Daiki Nishiyama. Quite a difficult final awaited Iliadis, but in the end, a couple minutes before the end, Iliadis threw a powerful throw through the thigh on his opponent's ippon and became world champion 6 years after the Olympics. Ilias Iliadis had a rather long stagnation without any meaningful first places, but he finally earned the first world title of his career with his powerful throwing style. The year is 2011, and our hero goes to the beautiful city of Paris, where there is always an incredible atmosphere of judo. The audience is always delighted with every movement of professionals. By the way, Ilias Iliadis, aka Jarji Zviadauri, is a cousin of Jarji Zviadauri, also an Olympic judo champion. That's how families of champions are. So, our hero flew to Paris to defend his title of world champion. Confidently he reaches the final, defeating all opponents on his way. Iliadis demonstrates ippons that will go down as one of the best ippons of the decades. In the finals, Iliadis versus Nishiyama, a repeat of the Tokyo final from a year ago. Ilias Iliadis first goes for his crowning throw over the hip, but then goes for a back foot that the Japanese didn't expect, and Ilias throws it to ippon. Our hero confidently defends his title and becomes a 2-time world champion. Paris rejoices and welcomes one of the most dominant judokas at the time. The London 2012 Olympics is one of the most failed Olympics in history for Japanese judo. Ilias Iliadis is going to the London Olympics as world champion and is considered one of the favorites. This is the third Olympic Games for our hero. Iliadis loses in the quarterfinals to Denisov, then wins the consolation match and goes out to fight for bronze against Brazilian Thiago Camilo. And as you know, Ilias Iliadis wins this bout and becomes the bronze medalist of the 2012 Olympic Games. This is the second Olympic medal in the career of Ilias Iliadis, and he can already be called a judo legend. But our hero does not stop there. In fact, he does not stop even now, after the end of his judo career. After the London Olympics, there was the prestigious Masters tournament in Tumen in 2013, a few months before the World Championships. Iliadis approached this tournament in powerful form. Traditionally, very strong-rated entitled judokas compete at the Masters tournament. This has been the case for decades since the inception of this tournament, and this tournament was no exception. It was rich in famous names in judo. Ilias Iliadis in his usual throwing manner went all the way to the final, where he was supposed to meet Kirill Denisov. But Denisov was injured and did not come out for the bout. Thus Iliadis got a very important gold medal before the World Championships in Rio de Janeiro, to which he was going as the reigning world champion. And so Rio de Janeiro, the 2013 World Championships, a great atmosphere and full stands. Once again Ilias Iliadis goes to defend his world title. This time it was not easy for him and he made it to the semi-final stage confidently defeating all opponents on his way. And here is the semi-final against Cuban Gonzalez, world champion and one of the best judokas of his country. And Iliadis suffers a defeat and loses his title. The defeat in the semi-finals gave Ilias Iliadis the opportunity to fight for bronze. He fights and wins. Thus, Ilias Iliadis becomes the bronze medalist of the World Championships in Rio de Janeiro. But the judo legend doesn't stop there. Iliadis is going to the 2014 World Championships. He goes and shows very good in mature wrestling. At the end of his career, Iliadis showed great form and made it to the final against Hungarian Christian Toth. Ilias Iliadis defeats the Hungarian and becomes a 3-time world champion. This was the last world title in the wonderful career of Ilias Iliadis, or Jarji Zviadauri. I was amazed by the level of his form and preparation, considering that he finished his career in a couple of years. And as you know, now Ilias Iliadis is the head coach of the Uzbekistan national judo team. In this position, he has certain successes and results, medals of world championships and Olympics. Also, in parallel, he does not stop at improving his physical form. He literally lives in the gym and motivates his charges, taking direct part in the training of his charges.